doing double stacking, triple stacking, that's going to happen. Like those goals are, we're working on them and pumping out paperwork like it's going out of style. But to fix the industry as a whole, because those are pretty easy fix. How are we going to say, hey, you know what? Everybody come together, sit at a table, and if they don't change it, how do we go about saying, hey, nobody pays taxes until we fix this industry? Okay, now we have everybody at a table saying that. Now, what do we want to fix? So right now is the time to actually be learning and understanding. Like people want transparency, we're going to give them transparency. Whether it's not the other than there's people that saying, hey, I don't want it. You know what? But the majority of the people talking about it saying, hey, I want transparency. We need to be able to bring that to the table, right? And say, hey, we want these guys want it, not me, Vince, not George. 1,500 people said they want transparency. 3,000 people saying, hey, they want more home time.
It's coming, Jorge. It's coming.
Right now is understanding what the industry really, really wants, because it's just like voting, right? So people vote for that one person. That's what we're doing right now. We're putting a poll together to say, hey, this is what the industry needs, and this is how we're going to fix it. We're going to make people happy this way. Truck driver.
Let's hope it gets done. One last thing I'll say, and I'll come off. The next thing I'll say is, in case you guys don't know, I officially got my I could be a broker now. So if you guys are not nice to me, I'm gonna start putting free cars on. Oh, yo.
Ah, hey, just make sure. Just make sure you have transparency for the carriers, all right?
Yeah, I'll be transparent. I'm gonna put a free car on. Yeah.
Oh man, you dirty dog! Hey, I want some eggs, bro. When are you gonna send me some eggs? I haven't had fresh eggs in like 20 years, bro.
I'm looking for a chameleon company underneath your name. I'm looking for.
Love it. I love it. All right, bro. Thank you. Thanks for coming on, George.
What's up, Chris? What's up?
Appreciate you, man.
What's up, man? Wait. Chris wanted to say something.
Okay, go ahead.
So here's how we do it. Okay, it's exactly what we're actually doing already. Now, with what I'm forming, and I can't go any further than that right now. We do transparency, accountability, and we educate. That's how we get change. That's exactly what Vince, Sean, we the truckers, all of us working together, that's exactly what we're pushing.
All right, cool, man. Well, looking forward to seeing it.
Strap in. Hold on tight. It's coming.
Hey, Vince,
It's coming.
You think if I walk into the DMV with that shirt you got on, they'll give me a CDL?
Maybe. Try it. I got it at Kohl's, bro.
All right, man. You guys have it. Yeah.
Send me your address and I'm going to send you a t-shirt.
Thank you for the follow. Gary, thank you for the follow.
All right. And don't think that if we have a seat at the table that you're not going to have you're going to have an empty seat for you. You'll have a spot there to tell your story. That's the industry. Is all of us bonding together. So just know that we see what you're doing. So
Appreciate it, man.
keep up the work.
Here's one last thing I want to say before you take off. Is we all push the messages that we believe in. We support each other, but we stay in our lane. That's why we only push the messages that we know about. What we know how to talk about is what we push.
That's right.
So, like, the non-domicile is your education, right? That's your side of the field. That's not ours because we don't know a whole lot about it. Have we done a little bit of research on it? Yes. But we're doing constant research for the whole trucking industry, trying to learn all of this stuff. So everything that we actually talk about is what we already know. And when
No, that makes sense.
see what I'm saying?
It's almost like when it's a,
Accountability and education.
That's right.
When people ask me why I don't need to say about DACA, because that's what I know, But
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, you
All
guys
right.
have a good night.
Later, George. Take care.
Stay safe out there.
All right, guys. Let's see. Next up and last, just so everybody knows, this is going to be our last guest for the show tonight, Eric. It's getting a little late, and we have our first live actually tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific. So I hope everybody watching right now, we hope to see you there. Permanent lives from here forward. This one tonight was just for fun, education, uniting people, uniting drivers, carriers, brokers. A lot of great people came up tonight, and thank you everybody for watching and everybody coming up. We're doing permanent lives from here forward, Tuesday mornings, 10 o'clock Pacific, and Friday nights, 7 p.m. Pacific. That way, whether you drive the day, the night, you can come and be a part of this, right? And learn how to strengthen yourself so that we can strengthen each other. Eric, welcome in, brother. How you doing? Let's get you a gift first thing. Let's see. Let's get you a live box. There you go, brother. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. What's on your mind?
So, what were some of the topics you guys were talking about? I'm sorry, I just jumped in maybe like a couple minutes ago.
Oh man, well, take your pick. We probably talked about 70% of it throughout this live. We've talked about 70%. But mainly, we're talking about unity. We're talking about strengthening each other. How can we get better at doing research, learning what we need to do to better ourselves, to become stronger, to professionalism, how to basically just get back our rights, our freedoms, and the financial gain that we've earned for ourselves. So, mainly, what are the three things in the industry that you'd like to see fixed? What are three things you would like to see get fixed?
Definitely the unity, all that stuff. Yeah, professionalism. But one thing that I would like to see is, I would say, more people standing up for themselves in this industry, especially the ones behind
That's
the
good.
wheel actually driving, for not only themselves, but like I just turned 31, and like I'm in car hauling, right? I've been doing this for like the last 7 years. I went through, bought a truck when I was, I think, 24. It was $280,000. It was a $5,000 truck note. And you're spending $10,000 in fuel every month, and then you've got $2,500 in fuel, or not fuel, insurance on top of that. Why is it that we are allowing these big companies, specifically in car hauling, but I know it's in other industries in trucking, to kind of dictate what comes down the pike to us and how much they take off the load? Like, we actually can stand up to them, and this falls under unity, for owner ops specifically, but also company drivers. But like specifically for owner operators, if you want to, just own a truck or a couple or whatever, and either you're going to do it under your own DOT number, or you're going to be under a big company or a small company. But it seems like it's slim pickings, and then it comes down from the company, but it also comes down from the companies, like either cutting you off at the legs, whether it's a good paying load, or they're just taking shit paying loads. Why is it we're doing this to one another at some point?
Well, Eric, that is. Go ahead, Sean. We both wanted that one. Go ahead. You had first
It boils
cut.
down to education, like educating drivers. And to me, what I'd like to really see come back in the industry is mentoring program. Man, like when I started out, and I still connect to all my guys that own 4 or 5 trucks. They own 10 and 15, and they own 20. And I say at 5, and they're all like, "Hey, why don't you get as big as we are?" And I'm like, "Look, I don't want that." And I respect that they're doing what they're doing, but they still mentor me. They'll say, "Hey, you know what? Don't do that." They've taught me to never use a factoring company. Some people say that, hey, they need it. I never use a factoring company because they take so much of a percentage off of it. And same thing when I when I talk to a broker on the phone to get a load. I know what I got to tell them. I say, hey, this is what I got to have to move it. If not, then that ain't gonna happen. But then I call all my friends that are in that area and I say, hey, don't take this load. And that's what it's gonna have to be coming down to is drivers bonding together and we self-regulate ourselves. So if we could all connect together, like you're saying, and say, hey, you know what, this guy is no longer like Jorge said, hey, I'll blacklist you. I'm gonna put this against you. If we all did that, and I'm talking about just a company driver. If you talk to a broker and he was real snobby to you and said, hey, you know what, get that load there when it is, then let's get that information out there. So that way we know that that guy's a bad apple. They have it on us, right? So if a carrier messes up, they can put it on carrier 411. I mean, there's just so many spots that they have against us. But what does a driver have? Driver, we don't have nothing. We don't have nothing that really to pinpoint. Say, hey, you know what? This guy's bad. He's bad business. He's bad juju. You can look on carrier 411 and see stuff, but not like it should be. And I think if we unite together, we can definitely make a change. It just starts with everybody connecting and bonding and saying, hey, you know what? I agree. Let's do it. We've had enough.
That door ding is really, really annoying, just so you know. It's really frustrating. Um, and, and I'll add to that, Eric. That's your name, right? Eric? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will add to that. These are my opinions only, but from everything that drivers come up here and say, and everything that carriers say, everything that brokers say, everything that like good brokers, good mechanics, good dispatchers say, it seems like to me, we talk to a lot of veteran truck drivers and they all say the same thing. This happens slowly over a long period of time, taking the CBs out of the trucks, right? Calling drivers skilled laborers instead of professional drivers like what they are. Not paying attention to the fact that their career path is 7 times more dangerous than law enforcement. The average lifespan of a truck driver is 61 years old in America. They don't want you to know that. And so slowly they've divided us against each other. They've pinned us against each other. How many truck drivers do you see talking at the truck stop? So that's what Sean and I are doing. That's what a lot of drivers are starting to do. That is the new culture as of right now. We're getting out, we're talking to drivers. I'll give you an example. I was doing a trade show for a rock band a month ago, right? I have a video on this if you want to go look. It was about a month ago. And so the driver and I, we had a full delay pay, and the broker wanted to give us, let's just say $5 more. I can't say the exact amount for obvious reason, but let's say they wanted to give us $5, right? We both talked about it. I got out. I started talking to the other owner operator. We started talking about it. We were like, no, that's BS to pay us that, right? It basically it's half of what we make on a regular day. And we both lost loads that delay cost us, right? It screwed up our entire weekend, that extra day, because it was on a Friday, right? We both had connecting loads. It screwed that up for us. We both said, no, let's stay strong at 3 times that, right? Well, it ended up because we both stayed strong. It was 2 different brokers on the same rock band that we were doing. Because of that, we both got double what we basically get in a day, $10, let's say, right? So by uniting, we both made the pay that we normally make instead of getting half by not talking to each other. So that's just one tiny example compared to the 2 million of us out there. Could you imagine, Eric, if we unite?
Same story too.
Go ahead, Chris. Yeah, it's insane. Go ahead, Chris.
So me and a buddy of mine, and this buddy was the one that actually taught me the business side of trucking, because he was running his authority for 6 years already, and already had his CDL for 25 when I started my carrier authority. And we were in Joplin, Missouri, both of us. We both took a load from Idaho down to Missouri. We both got the same rate because it was the same load. Okay. When we got to Joplin, we did the exact same thing. We held out, we bid it on the same load, going back and forth. We ended up getting 2 separate loads, but we ended up getting our rate that we wanted. And it was double, almost triple of what they were trying to offer.
Yeah, you know, and the thing is, we are so just by being a truck driver, an American truck driver, as strong as you have to be able to drive 700-800 miles a day and do it day after day after week after month after year, just the ability to be who we are is extremely hard. And the fact that we have allowed these weasels to take over, these weak people to take over, using clever words and really smart scams is beyond my thinking. I knew there was something wrong. 12 years ago, I knew there was something wrong when I wasn't getting paid for sitting on a dock for 3 or 4 hours. If you add up the time of just sitting on the dock, it's about $29,000 a year. If you add up you know how loads are calculated, zip code to zip code, or as the crow flies, or a straight line. Let me ask you a question. Does a load from Los Angeles, California to Illinois, Chicago, Illinois, does it go in a straight line like an airplane, or does it kind of zigzag a little bit going up there? Because last time I checked, the trucks don't have rocket boosters that go up in the air and fly straight. But yet, if you add up just those zip code to zip code miles per year on 125,000 average miles a year, most truck drivers do every year, it's $14,400 out of your pocket. But that is being paid. That money's coming from somewhere. It's just not going in your pocket. So that's why if we unite, we'll get all this back. It's simple. It really is
Can I
simple.
say something real quick?
Of course.
You mentioned weasels, so I assume that you're talking about like brokers and stuff. This is how messed up this was. So like a couple months ago, or no, this was a couple of years ago. So like car hauling is different than all the other like branches of trucking. I don't know about every single one of them, but like I've done, I did flatbed for a while, and then I did box van or box trailer or whatever. But I also did car hauling. That's what I'm in now, and that's what I bought my truck doing. But so like after COVID, all that stuff happened. Like loads finally went up for a while, and then everybody was actually making what they were supposed to be making, or at least around there. And then this is how crazy this is, because like we're so divided and nobody ever talks to each other and all that stuff. Like we've lost that in the trucking community as truckers. This is how messed up this is. The brokers though actually have better communication. Like, so I'm on car hauling mafia page of Facebook or something. These guys literally sent out, it was like a couple of them, everything's about to change. That day, all the loads just dropped immediately. Brokers and companies of brokers underneath that, all that stuff, everything just dropped that day. It's like they knew that this was going to happen, and they were like, well, we've already got you on the hook. We've got enough drivers out here, because what they do in car hauling is, and I mean, it's the same in all, trucking, but they'll basically get so many drivers and so many people in with loads being good for a couple months to like a year, which really isn't that long. But it's all right, because they're still taking anywhere from 25% to 50%. But all of a sudden, they'll start reaching for a little bit more once they know that they have the market flooded with drivers and owner ops and all that stuff. And then because there's so many of them out there and they want to keep their job, they want to keep their, trucks or whatever. Like, well, we got you by the balls now because there's so many of you out there. So it's basically like creating a, reversed, what's it called? Not market, but whatever.
Let me ask you this. Do you think they do that?
So yeah.
How do you think they get so many drivers into one area?
It's not necessarily the area. I would say it's more so of just the industry. And I think this is this goes to an
No, it's not
extensive-
just the industry, because you could go into one area that's 400 miles away and the rates are better.
I mean, I don't know about that. I'm just saying in the sense of like, think about this, right?
I've seen it.
So
I've deadheaded it just to get to the better area.
no, that's fine. But I'm saying like in the general of trucking though too, you have I forget what his name is. He's now on he's on TV and stuff, and he's actually fighting for the truckers. I forget what this guy's name is. He basically said the quiet part out loud. He's like, what happens is, and this comes down to all the illegal migrants and stuff driving trucks, they basically flood the whole trucking industry with illegal migrants and, you know, just getting a lot more people on board. There's an incentive to buy more trucks for these mega companies and all that stuff. So when you flood it, it basically drops the prices of all the, you know, per price per load to move it. So it's better for the quote unquote economy. And I think that's why they keep pushing that, oh, we don't have enough drivers, we don't have enough truckers, all this stuff.
Oh yeah, it's lies.
It's really just
Yeah.
it's really just a ploy to drop the prices to move each load, but they're putting it on us
ATA,
versus the actual load.
right? ATA, man.
Here's a little secret for you. They have geolocation on us, right?
Yeah.
That's how they know when the trucks are flooded in one area.
Macro point.
Macro point, the ELDs, them having access to your ELD. They're
Which
keeping
is-
track of all of that.
Which is why they want the control. But if 2 million truck drivers stick together and say enough is enough, power in
Yeah.
numbers. So listen, guys, we're gonna get going. We're gonna be ending the live here. So let's wrap it up. Chris, Eric, any last words?
No. Thank you for
You guys have a good night. Be safe out there.
Yep,
And remember, safety first.
that's
Always.
right. Chris, thanks for coming up, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Eric, thank you for all that you do. I did car hauling for 6 months. Just a quick FYI. I did car hauling for 6 months. My hat goes off to you. I never realized that the amount of hard work that goes into loading and unloading cars and how much the dealers scam you with the chips. Dude, I couldn't handle it, bro. I did 6 months. I was like, so you doing it continuously year after year, man, you're a better man than me. I couldn't do it. It's a lot of work. People have no idea about the car hauling business. It's a lot of work, a lot of responsibility.
It's something else.
Yeah.
When I first got into it, I'll never forget. I was sitting there. My trainer took me out and he was like, all right, you ready? Like, yeah, sure. So I get out of the truck. He's like, stand here and watch me. I was like, all right. He's like, I'm going to do the first one. I was like, all right, cool. I'll never forget. He drives the car up backwards up the ramp onto the number one position above the truck.
Right,
He's like,
right.
what do you think? And I just remember thinking in my head, where did I go wrong? Like, how did I end up here? This is crazy.
Yep,
But
yep.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's a different beast, dude.
It is, it is. So that's what I'm saying. Thank you for all that you do for us, man. We really appreciate you. Okay. Thanks for coming up.
Thank you for doing this.
Yep.
You know, getting
You're
the word
welcome.
out there.
All right. See you later. Oh, sorry, Sean. Did you want to?
I was just telling thanks for coming in. That was you pretty much got that one. Yeah, so I guess we're gonna wrap her up here, huh?
Yep. Yeah, we got an early live.
That's right. So I just want to get this out here. Me and Vince would like to say thanks for coming into the live. And today we have the truth that we all feel, even if we don't say it out loud. We are divided across state lines, across companies, across lanes. We often feel like an island, each one of us fighting for our own battles. And yes, this division makes change feel impossible. But we're here to tell you that change starts with you. It starts with each one of us choosing to put down the walls, pick up the common purpose. When we see ourselves not as competitors, but as partners. We will unite behind a vision of fairness, safety, and respect. Then we'll take the wheel.
Couldn't have said it better. Anything else, Sean?
I think that's pretty much it. Well, we're gonna be back on tomorrow, so at 10 a.m. right, Standard Pacific time.
10 a.m. Pacific. Yep.
Yes.
10 a.m.
Yeah.
Pacific.
And we appreciate every single person that came in the live. If you didn't get to come up in the live, you know, there's always tomorrow. And man, it's been pretty good. We've had some pretty good conversations, and I think we're getting people to unite together and follow anybody that's in the live. You know, let's all join together and unite that way. We don't have CBs anymore, but we got TikTok and we have all these media outlets that we can play on and unite that way. So you can only keep us down for so long. When truck drivers bond together, we will stand together.
That's right. That's right. Thank you, Sean. So yeah, like Sean was saying, thank you so much for everybody for coming in tonight. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for tapping that screen. I know, trust me, I go to other lives. I do the same thing. I try to get them up past 10,000 in the first 30 minutes is what triggers the algorithm to get it into the FYP. And to us, what's important is not the gifts. What's important is not specifically the comments. It's those things help get us in the FYP. That's where we need to be to get all 350 million Americans to wake up to what's going on in their country, to the corruption, to what's going on with their truck drivers. This is important. This isn't about just money. It's so much more than that. It's like 15% money and 85% bullshit that's happening to all of us, our mental health, our bodies, our families. So much more is suffering than just the money. There's more to life than just money, folks. So thank you so much for watching, commenting, liking, sharing. I want everybody to go follow each other, do your research. Everything we say, we want you to fact check it, okay? Because we're human, right? We could get something wrong. So if you find what we're saying is wrong, go fact check it, bring it back to us. Everybody gets 3 minutes. We try our best to make sure that it's fair for everybody. So that's why you see when we put people up in a line, you know, and everybody's welcome, right? Brokers, mechanics, American citizens, families of truckers. We had a wife earlier of a truck driver that left, but I wanted to see what she had to say as a wife of a truck driver, because they go through a lot. Think about what our wives and husbands of women truck drivers, the wives that drive, think about what they go through at home, missing their spouse, not seeing their spouse, you know, 4 days a week, or sorry, 4 days a month for over the road drivers. They go through hell missing their spouse. You know, they didn't get married thinking that they'd be alone so much. It's like a soldier being deployed. It's hell. And the American people need to know this. That's what we're here doing. So we really appreciate you guys coming up. If you've noticed, our routine is to get 4 people up, 4 or 5 people at the most up, and then everybody mutes. And as we go through, you get 3 minutes. Sometimes it goes a little bit over. We try to do our best to make it as fair as possible for everybody. So thanks for coming up. Don't be shy next time, because you could be the one that has the solutions to the problems in the trucking industry. So don't be shy. Come on up, you know, and talk to us. You know, we're very friendly people. This is a safe spot for everybody to come and talk and collaborate and debate. And here you will not be disrespected. You will not be interrupted. And you are a professional driver. Because let's face it, 90% of the men and women in the American trucking industry are professional drivers. They're not steering wheel holders. About 10% are. But what do you hear everywhere you go on the internet? What do you hear? Oh, steering wheel holder. You know, urine bottles everywhere. That's not what's really happening. That's 10%. So let's get those 10% out. Let's hold those people accountable. You see someone throwing a piss bottle out, go up and say something if you want to. That's my opinion. I'm not telling anybody what to do. We're advocating for is to make advocates out of you, to strengthen you so that we can all win together. That's the only way it's going to happen. Truckers Unite now. There's another awesome page over on FB. Please go check it out. We need followers over there. There's a lot of amazing facts, tips, and stories about the corruption and tolls that that are going on in our country and money that's being exploited and sent to other countries. So go over to Trucking the USA Today on FB. Again, that's Trucking the USA Today. It's 4 words. 4 words. Trucking the USA Today over on FB. We need followers over there too. So if y'all like it, please follow because we're going to start going live over there. When we're live here, we're live on TikTok, we're live on Facebook, Instagram, and X. But we're really trying to grow the channel Trucking the USA Today on Facebook, and then we're going to go live over there with the other 2 platforms of Truckers Unite Now on YouTube and X. So if you're on those platforms too and you want to go watch over there, hey, we're all free people in America, right? We can do whatever we want. That's what's great and frustrating about America. Go to We the Truckers also. There's some great trucking advocates on WeTheTruckers.com. Go check it out. It's not just trucking advocates. It's also bills that are being passed right now within our government that you can go support petitions, amazing petitions like Delilah's Law, Connor's Law. I think Connor's Law is burned out, but Delilah's Law is hot right now. There's a lot of great things to do on WeTheTruckers.com also. So 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verses 13 through 14 says this: be on your guard, stand still in the faith, be courageous, be strong, do everything in love. A truck driver is supposed to be trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. And on my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, our country, and to obey the truck law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight with our hearts, right? Let's tackle that sin and get rid of the darkness. Screw the darkness. Let's get rid of the darkness. Let's bring back the light in every single one of us. Okay? Trust me, I didn't always used to be a decent, nice person. I used to be not so nice at all. But you know what? All that does is make you feel hate and misery, right? If you're greedy and all you're thinking about is other people, it's no bueno. So, Anthony, I guess we'll finish up with you and then we'll go.
I made a mistake. You want to get a bunch of noise. I hit it by accident.
Oh, okay. All right, brother. Have a good one. All right, you guys. Thanks so much for coming. For those of you that didn't come up, we apologize. Remember, permanent live. Tonight's live was just for fun. This was just a bonus for y'all. We have permanent lives going on from here forward. Whether it's raining, shining, doesn't matter what's going on. Super Bowl, doesn't matter. We promise all of you Tuesday mornings, 10 a.m. Pacific, and Friday night, 7 p.m. Pacific. So be there or be square. Thank you for showing up. 27 of you amazing souls, you beautiful people are still here. Thank you so much. You're the ones that make it happen. We love you guys and take care of yourselves. Keep the shiny side up and the dirty side down. Come on. All right.